Hey guys, as always, a big good to each of y'all. Let's talk about January 6th. I have done my homework. I want to talk to you a little bit about it, kind of tell you where I'm at. A lot of y'all have asked me to kind of do an update on it. January 7th of last year, I did a video telling y'all that I thought things were fishy. I've deep dived it, and I spent most of today going really deep into it. And I think there's some lessons here to learn that may not be immediately apparent to y'all, or wasn't to me. I'll speak for myself. And I think these are going to have applications for the days ahead. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that and kind of some strategies that I use whenever we put on tinfoil hats. And at the very end, I'm going to have a prediction for you, and I want to hear what y'all think about that. I'm nervous about this one. Buckle up, here we go. Okay, today's episode is brought to you by you people. I really appreciate when y'all crush that thumbs up. Thank you so much. Always, thank you for hitting subscribe if you feel like I've earned it. So thank you for all of that. Side note, all the belts. A bunch of y'all have asked about belts. Belts are back in stock. Link to that is down below. I think 100 went in stock today. All right. I've got my notes right here in front of me to kind of keep me on track because I want to go through this fairly systematically. January 6th happened, and what really made me do this revisit was this one right here. It came out this week in the National Enquirer. You don't have to start typing and making fun of me for reading the National Enquirer. Maybe do your own homework and compare how often they get litigated for their information compared to some places that you like to go to for information. Credibility-wise, pretty high. They bat about 99 out of 100. They've had some doozies. They've blown it some. They pay for their sources. That's one of the reasons they are more of a tabloid. But it's about like TMZ. But it's super interesting to me. I read this. I don't read it very often, but only if it's something interesting. And it's called The Untold Story of Conspiracy, Crime, and Chaos. Attack on Capitol Hill. So their expert says this. Had those people been 5 to 10 minutes faster in getting where they went, there's really no telling what would have followed. We almost lost the Republic. So I read that. It's kind of interesting. So I did a deep dive and kind of just jumped into it. Now, anytime I put on my tinfoil hat and start going down pathways, and this is going to be some stuff that you may not hear other places. I want to give you 3 caveats, kind of ways that I think about this stuff. Number one, when I look into stuff, I like finding verifiable information. Yeah, we know that there's a Bohemian Grove. That is verifiable. Absolutely, we know there's a Bohemian Grove. Do they sacrifice children there? I don't really know about that one. And that's really tough. I mean, there's a lot of issues out there that we can find parts of it. That sound that we heard from Canada on that one video that came out about 2 years ago, it's a sound that is not made by a North American mammal. There's that sound, and people are saying it's Bigfoot. Verifiable that it's a weird sound. What it is, not verifiable. That's how I'm always thinking. Can we verify this from multiple sources? Number 2, in all stories, including this one, we'll never know the truth. And I think that's really important to know. My prediction in the January 7th video last year was that we will never know the truth. I'm staying with that. It's probably one of the most accurate things I've ever said on this channel, besides is that we'll never know the truth on this one. But I think in all of these tinfoil hat stories, we never will know. I wrote down a couple here, like Larry Silverstein is a very lucky guy. That is like, there's something there. We'll never know, but there is something there. The WTC-7 symmetrical demolition, there's something there. And I don't know, I haven't followed it far enough to feel comfortable about it. Vegas was talked about for a while, the Vegas situation, and then bam, it was stopped. Nobody talked about it after that. Just that idea that everybody stopped at once, there's something there. We will never know. Now, I also want to say hand in hand with this, and this may be the most important thing I say all day because I really want to work this through. We don't have to have every situation figured out. The media makes us pick one side or the other, but we're not beholden to that idea. So I want to challenge y'all. You don't have to put it in one box or the other. Speaking of this situation, January 6th, it's like people go all the way one way or the other, which I'll talk about in a minute. Oh, they were let into the building. Oh, it was a total overthrow. It was a coup. Chaos. Minutes from the Republic falling. We don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to check which box you believe in. You can just go, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm researching. I like reading about it, but we don't have to have it all figured out. And number 3, I want to challenge you to do your own homework. Y'all can stop if you'd like to. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you'd like to, you can stop sending me articles from Snopes. It is a leftist propaganda pile of bull poopy straight out of somebody's poot tootie. Yeah, Snopes is that's not a great source. What is a good source? I don't know. I like finding verifiable from multiple sources, multiple areas. Guys will hit me. I had a guy one day hit me with something. I said this, and he hit me with something back, and he just hit me with he goes, Johnny, you're totally wrong. Here's your Snopes article. And so we got in a really good discussion on Instagram, and I said, well, you know, Snopes is a pile of poop. And he goes, oh, I didn't know that. Now catch what he said. He goes, I just typed the issue that we were talking about into Google, and that was the top response. Looks like they have really good SEO, and they do. And we had a great conversation because neither one of us came at it from, I am right and you are wrong. I checked this box, not this box. We just came at it from as truth seekers. Hey, I wonder what is right. You don't have to have it all figured out. We'll never know the story, and do your own homework. All right, where I'm at currently, I said it a moment ago, I said that J6 was super fishy. I said that the very next day. I spent most of January 7th working on that, and I'm right there, and I really, really think it's fishy. One of the challenges of what I'm dealing with today as I went through it on and on and on is that whole checking of 2 boxes. Because you talk to these guys and they're like, they were let in, and the other boxes were like completely the other direction. And it's like nuance and overlap. I've said it before on here that there's always layers deep and layers wide, and there's Venn diagrams and the way things fit together, and we don't know. We got bits and pieces of truth here and bits and pieces here, but we'll never really, really know. There's some stuff that is fairly semi-verifiable. One of the things I found today, and I am going to link down there, is I found a really interesting article that got all the videos that they found pertinent from that day that were put onto Parler. If you don't know Parler, it's a social media platform. And they went minute by minute by minute by minute. And it's one article that's nothing but regular folks, guys and gals, filming with their cell phone, and they upload it to Parler. So it'll show you what minute it happened. There's 500 videos in there, and it's really interesting. It'll take you a long time to go through it, but it's super interesting, and you can walk away and make your own decisions. In this circle, one of the things I find challenging, you're going to hear continuously, it was just people on a tour through the Capitol. The more I do my research, it was some bad stuff. You'll see people literally smashing windows with baseball bats. I couldn't get a really crisp picture of it, but you'll see the Capitol Police being beat over the head with a crutch. But then you'll also see Capitol Police guys literally pulling the barricades back. I couldn't find it today. I don't know if it's been scrubbed from the internet, but y'all have seen it. I've seen it 50 times. Of the one Capitol Police guy that's handing out waters as people are coming through the door. He might have been doing that because he was told. A lot of folks say, oh, it was a complete psyop. Yeah, probably. But maybe. It's not verifiable, maybe. But other folks just say, hey, he was scared, and just like, hey, I'll go along, I'll play nice, I'm still at my post. We don't know. There's videos of the guy who's yelling at the Capitol Police saying, call for backup, it's out of control, and the Capitol Police just stand there. You got the pepper spray folks. So there's a lot of documentation from both sides, and I hate even saying those words, 2 sides. Can we just agree it was a mess? Where I'm at big time today is it was a mess. I believe the interpretation of what happened is where we're wrong. Because it's not just what happened. You can kind of look, there's a lot of video of what happened, a whole lot of it. By the way, I'm not mentioning Ashley Babbitt today. I think that's been pretty well documented. A lot of folks have talked about that, and I have as well, but I just want to acknowledge the loss of her life. I just really, really think that we've interpreted the entire day wrong. And I also get to this point. Let me double check my notes here. Check out that Parler vid, it's down there. There's just a lot of nonsense that's going on. I find it really, really unfortunate that people are going to jail. The FBI is still investigating it today. But then I also find it, to put some balance to this, I also find it unfortunate that people, quote unquote, on our side, that's literally smeared poop on the walls in the Capitol building. And, like, okay, like that's dumb. That's really, really dumb. I called it a year ago, a bunch of rednecks walking around with flags. I kind of still hold to that. Now, why does this matter? I said all that, and this is my prediction. I do want to hear what y'all have to say. And you may say, hey, Johnny, what did we just talk about for 11 minutes? Well, I get to the point where I go, I don't know. Misinterpretation. My prediction for today is the interpretations are not over, and they will continue to use this to silence the right. I believe there is more coming, maybe possibly some legislation coming out of it, depends on how the midterms go. But I also think they're going to continue to use this as a tool against us. There wasn't my understanding, a single person did not bring any of these, yet they're using that to outlaw these and to write legislation, possibly, probably. I really also believe, and this is my question for y'all, I believe they're going to use this big time in the upcoming 2024 election when that nonsense gets kicked up next year. So in 23, that's going to start. So I think they're going to continue to use it as a weapon, and they're going to weaponize with a false narrative. They will use it against us. Never forget that people can spin whatever narrative they want. There are people that heard this video and have already started typing with their own narrative and speaking their own, like just spinning my words in the direction they want to. Good intentioned folks that are just so far into that one box that's been checked. I think the whole day was a mess. I had a good time going further and further into it, and I'm left with a whole lot of question marks. What do you think about the upcoming 2024? Whew, it's a mess. You heard it here first. High credibility. I'm sort of kidding. Let me know what you think. Great talk today. I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed getting this ready for y'all. See y'all really soon. To anyone that's against us or our right to own whatever we want, surrounded by a pile of National Enquirers from my cold, dead hands. Bye.